Hey there friends, in this video, I'm gonna share the 5 things I wish I knew before losing 130 pounds. Number 1, you can't outtrain a bad diet. I struggled with weight and emotional eating for my entire life until I found what works. I thought that anytime that I overate, all I had to do was work it off through exercise. So I would just over-exercise. I would do every sort of exercise you can imagine. I tried HIIT, I tried jogging, I tried Insanity, all those workout programs, workout challenges. What I realized was, at my heaviest weight, I was 275 pounds, and I was trying to work off a lot of calories, which it didn't add up because I was taking in so many calories. Physically, I couldn't really do very much at 275 pounds. I actually had plantar fasciitis so bad I could barely walk, and I was trying to basically punish myself by making myself do all these workouts that I physically couldn't do, and it just caused me to injure myself. Then I realized it doesn't matter how much exercise I do, I still have to eat less. So if I'm exercising but not cutting down on my food intake, I'm not gonna get any results, and I'm just gonna be going in a never-ending cycle. As an example, in case it's kind of like difficult to understand, I do cardio for an hour. I burn about 300, a little over 300 calories, give or take, when I ride the recumbent bike for 1 hour. I can eat a Big Mac in less than 2 minutes. A Big Mac is like 500 calories. So a little over 300 burning on doing bike cardio for an hour, eating a Big Mac in under 2 minutes, which is 500 calories.
You can see how hard it is, and it was for me and Nicole when we were in that mindset, like, oh, I can eat whatever I want, I just gotta do an extra bit of exercise, where, like Nicole said, we weren't even fit enough to keep up the high intensity for even 2 minutes, let alone, 20 minutes or half an hour, an hour.
Exactly, and what really helped us lose the weight was once we realized that, we didn't change what we were eating, but we changed how much. So we started measuring our food, and that put us in a calorie deficit, which is what helped us lose the weight. Eventually, we started to walk for 5 to 15 minutes, which was all we could tolerate every day. But it was the diet, the eating less, that actually helped us, not the over-exercising and injuring ourselves through exercise. And Kyle has lost the same amount of weight and kept it off for 7 years, just like myself. And this brings me to number 2, which is the reason why we're making this video. Number 2 is, I wish that I knew that weight loss didn't have to be a punishment, or doesn't have to be a punishment, because like I said, Kyle and I put ourselves through a lot of discomfort, pain, suffering. We thought we only had to eat diet food, so we would only eat chicken and broccoli. We would eat plain tuna out of a can. We made things very difficult. And every time we made it difficult, we failed because it wasn't sustainable. Fad diets, taking away food groups, not allowing ourselves to eat what we actually liked, forcing ourselves to do exercise we didn't like. It failed every time. When we thought, hey, why don't we try to make this enjoyable by eating what we like, just eating less, we started measuring out our food by looking at the serving sizes on the backs of packages as a guide, and doing something that we were physically capable of a little bit at the time, walking, and we actually sort of enjoyed it.
And when Nicole says eat less, not a lot less. We used to try to, go from our regular, I didn't count when I was overweight, but I would be guessing thousands and thousands of calories. We used to try to cut that down. If we were eating 5,000, we used to try to cut it to 1,000 or 1,200. That's way too much. When we say eat a little less, it's still have the potato chips at night like me and Nicole did. It's just a bowl instead of the bag.
And that's perfect, and I will touch more on that piece in my next few points, but weight loss doesn't have to be a punishment. And if you're trying to lose weight right now and it feels really hard, look at what you're doing and see if there's something you can modify where it feels good. You're excited to eat and do your exercises. If it doesn't feel that way, you might be doing something that you just don't want to do, and that's okay. Find something you do like to do. It doesn't have to be hard. You can make it a little easier.
We were kind of stuck in this mind trick. Every Monday morning, we looked at what we had to take away from our life.
Yes.
Right off the bat, it's got this huge negative spin on it, and that's why it kind of kept us in that negative cycle over and over again.
Yeah, and then we were wondering why we're not getting results. And it was because we kept trapping ourselves in this punishment game of weight loss. Number 3, don't be scared of loose skin. At the beginning of our weight loss journey, like, I was a little bit nervous about the loose skin. Like, I wasn't sure how much I would get, what I would look like after. And I put this point in there because a lot of people often comment like, I want to lose weight, but I'm scared of the loose skin and I don't know what to do about it. So it varies with every person, and it can depend how much you have depending on how fast you lose the weight. Kyle and I chose to lose it slow and steady, but because we had so much weight to lose, and I went from thousands of calories a day, went in a calorie deficit by measuring my food, we lost our first 50 pounds in 3 months, so that was pretty quickly. But then it slowed down to 1 to 2 pounds a week. And a lot of people will say, oh, that's really slow. But for us, we wanted it that way. We wanted it to be slow and consistent. And we knew that that would help us possibly keep the amount of loose skin that we would have down, and it would also help with our results being more sustainable, meaning once we got the weight off, we could keep it off. And that is why we were able to lose all the weight and keep it off for 7 years, because we did it slow and steady. And I did notice, I didn't do any weight training, just walking to lose the weight, same with Kyle, but once we lost the bulk of the weight, almost the whole 130 pounds, we started to do weight training to build muscle, to try to tone up the loose skin, or at least tighten and fill it in just a little bit. And we were able to do that, but obviously I still have some.
Yeah, we got a comment, we get comments all the time, but they say you don't have any. Well, we have, Nicole has some. It's just when we try to show it on YouTube, we get flagged for stuff.
Yeah, we've tried to show it in the past. We get flagged. I don't know why, because I'm just showing loose skin.
But anyways, the point is you have some.
The point is I have some, but it has tightened and toned over time, over the years, as I'm consistent with my weight training and my diet. I have noticed it getting a little bit more tight. I have less loose skin on my legs and things like that, but you can't get rid of it completely without surgery. But I'm okay with that, because I look at the body I was in before. I was 275 pounds. I was in severe pain and discomfort all the time. Like I said, my plantar fasciitis, I could barely walk. Getting up and down the stairs, I could barely breathe. I couldn't sleep at night because I had sleep apnea. I was stopping breathing 7 times per night, partially stopping breathing 84 times a night. If I look back at that body and the body I'm in now, it has loose skin, yes, but I feel free. I can walk without being in pain. I'm not out of breath bending down to tie my shoes. I can bend down to tie my shoes. I feel good. I have energy. I love life. Whereas before I was so sluggish and miserable all the time. So I would take the loose skin any day if I had the choice. And I make that choice every single day when I keep the weight off. Before I move on to the next point, I get asked a lot, what supplements did you take?
And this goes along with what helped the appearance of the loose skin. It might not have actually done anything to the loose skin, but it looks better because me and Nicole both built as much muscle as we possibly could naturally.
Yes, and we didn't take any supplements at all to lose the weight, but like I said, once we started weight training, we did introduce creatine. This is called creatine monohydrate. This is, I call it HOODLT. It's HTLT subs. You can use code Nicole to save yourself 10% and get some. I am sponsored by this company, but we have been taking this. I've been taking it for 7 years, Kyle too. Your body naturally has it. It's naturally found in the body. It's also found in red meat and fish. And what it does is it like supplies energy to your muscles. So creatine is like one of the only things that has studies shown that it actually helps improve strength and recovery time when you're weight training. And I do notice a difference. I take 1 scoop, which is 5 grams, in my bottle of water when I'm weight training. When I'm not taking it, I definitely notice a difference. So when I take it, my muscles are more full. A lot of people say, like, does it make you bulky? It actually draws water to your muscles. So my muscles look more full and I feel and look leaner when I'm taking it. I also notice I can lift a little heavier and a few extra reps with proper form.
I notice like it really helps me on the last rep. You know when you're like almost losing that form. It's when I'm taking creatine, I can hold that proper form and push through the last couple reps.
Yeah, with focus, and
yeah.
You can really push through. So number 4, I don't have to give up my life. A lot of people will say like, I have to give up everything. I have to give up going on dates, going to restaurants, holidays. Kyle and I thought all of that too. Then we realized, like, because before our weight loss journey, we went to the movies like pretty much every weekend. We were eating tons of popcorn, every movie treat at the movie theater, going out for dinner, fast food restaurants. We thought we'd have to give it all up. Then we realized, no, we can still go to the movies. What we would do is, don't tell anyone, but sometimes we would bring our own popcorn, like measured out.
I didn't, she did it.
Don't tell anyone. But other times, what we would do is we would get the kids serving of popcorn. We would just go get a kids, and what was cool about the kids combo is you could get, like, we drank Diet Pop, you could get a small Diet Pop, a small popcorn, and it often came with like a Twizzlers licorice, which they're fairly low calorie, and it's just a small kid size one. So it was a perfect portion for us, and it was already measured out. We got to go to the movies, enjoy the popcorn, and we were still getting results. It was the same at a restaurant. We would go, we would order what we wanted and ask for a takeout box to come with the meal.
At the beginning of the meal.
As when we ordered the meal, we said, I want chicken fried rice with a takeout box, please. Please bring it out when you bring the meal. As soon as the meal came, immediately divide half that baby into the takeout box, set it aside, and we would eat it for lunch or dinner the next day. And we would end up having 2 or 3 meals out of it because we portioned it out. Still enjoyed the restaurants, the dates. We did the same on holidays. We would go to family, friends' houses, measure out, you know, have a whole plate of what we wanted, have a small plate of dessert. Once it was done, it was done. We got to eat what we liked, but it was in portions. So you don't have to give up all your favorite things. You can still enjoy stuff and get the results if you're consistent, and you know, you most of the time are consistent in watching your calorie intake. Or
and now the really cool thing now is that we don't have any friends, so we don't have to worry about that anymore.
You're my friend.
Oh yeah. Okay, 1.
Number 5, and this is what I was talking about earlier that I would go more into detail. Number 5 is small changes equal big results. So like I mentioned, Kyle and I tried to do everything all at once. We tried to do everything hard. We tried to be perfect right off the get-go. We are not perfect. We are human. Trying to do way too much and get like big results with big changes always ended up in failure. It wasn't until we started doing small changes that were sustainable, that we could build on, that really helped us lead to the portioning out our food, which helped us lead to the really good weight loss results that we've had and been able to keep off because we started with small changes. And Kyle mentioned one of those, have a bowl of chips instead of a bag. That was one of the first things we started with. We used to eat a whole family-size bags, one of those family-size bags, a whole one each, a night, every night for a snack, one snack. And we didn't want to give up the chips because that just caused us to fail. So we started having a bowl instead. So, you know, we would end up splitting the bag, putting it into 2 bowls and each having it, and when it was done, it was done. So we were still eating the chips, we were eating a good portion, but we were eating less. And I was drinking 7 regular Dr. Peppers every single day. I wasn't ready to give up the pop or even cut down on it. So I literally just switched from the regular to the diet Dr. Pepper because that was my favorite pop. And it was 140 calories a can. So immediately, just in liquid calories alone, I was saving myself almost 1,000 calories just by switching to the Diet Dr. Pepper, and I wasn't giving anything up. So small changes leading to big results for Kyle and I.
The only diet that works is the one that you personally can stick to.
You know what? You read my mind, Sassy, because that I was gonna throw in a bonus.
Yeah, right. I thought of it first.
Oh yeah. Just show them that. Look. Bonus, there are
sorry, it's blurry, you can't see it.
Oh, look, bonus, there are no magic pills. A good diet is one you can stick to.
Oh.
And yes, Sass and I thought if we could just take away one food group and just eat as much as we wanted of everything else, that would help. No, you still have to be in a calorie deficit. There isn't any magic about it. It's something, choose something you love that you can stick to, that you look forward to doing every single day. And if
I got one more point that I just thought of. We get asked all the time, I want to start a diet, I want to start losing weight, but I need my ice cream. I need a glass of wine. Well, who says that you have to give up your wine or your ice cream?
Just like we said in this video, that's a really good point, Sass, because yes. we didn't want to give up popcorn at the movies. So we ate a kid's size. You still can include it in.
Just build it in.
Build it in. That's what we do.
Just tap it in.
We love cereal. Just give it a little tap-a-roo. We love cereal, so we build cereal into our diet every day. We top our protein ice cream
every day,
literally, or a protein Greek yogurt with it. So the friends, if you want to know more of exactly what I ate to lose the weight, I do have weight loss ebooks and I have a guilt-free cookbook. So the links are down below. Use code Nicole to save yourself 10%. And we mix the Hudelt HTLT Sups protein powder into our Greek yogurt and then top it with our low-calorie cereal. The fruit cereal is like one of the newer proteins, and it is the bee's knees. If you like cereal, check that baby out. Code Nicole to save yourself 10% off everything. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps some of you that are struggling. Don't forget to subscribe if you didn't, and check out some more vids 1 and 2 if you love it and you want to learn how to love your food. Thanks, cuties. Catch you in the next one, cute muffins. Peacey Rooney.
See ya.
Bye. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.